I am just as surprised as you are. Didn't think I'd make it this far so soon. And as you'll see, I'll be stuck at this point for a long time. I might as well talk about the most tolerable paths in every other quest. Because I am so sick of guides suggesting paths that are not easy. And I'd bring up names, but I don't do that. I repeat, these are the most tolerable paths. Probably the biggest problem with these other guides. Calling them the easy path is not the right way to describe them. That mess is what I made those Act 6 tip videos way back. Even with rank 4s, on my case, it was Hercules doing a lot of carrying. Revives were still used at times. So, first of all, 7.4.1. The path where you have to use mutants is the most tolerable one, with Void being the biggest problem here. And near the end, you fight Guillotine 2099 with specifically tech champs with Power Drain or Power Burn or Power Lock. So MCU Ultron, no, that's not a good option here. I used MCU Vision. Just a lot of heavy spam to avoid Guillotine's damn ability, and just used a lot of level 1s, which also leads to a shock debuff being inflicted, and Guillotine 2099 takes a lot more damage. 7.4.2. Now this one, it's better to go back and forth between these paths here. Mainly because there is no damn way I was going to fight Magneto and Cersei. And at the end of the path, you fight Sabretooth, not Crossbones. 7.4.3. Now, this suggested path is the only one that was actually on point for the most tolerable, with Emma Frost being the worst one here. 7.4.4. The path starting with Squirrel Girl is the most tolerable one here, with Spider-Ham being the only problem. Hate that bastard. At the end, you fight Super Skrull, not freaking Mojo. That suggested I freaking hate the one. Well, in this fight anyway, that bastard has degeneration. How the hell is that easy? 7.4.5. Another one where you switch paths. Mainly because of goddamn Mysterio. The other path has that damn protection node. But Archangel does a lot of the work. And at the end of the path, you fight Killmonger. Then there's 7.4.6. And here I thought I've seen all of Kabam's bullshit. The suggested paths are freaking insane. Such as this Mr. Sinister path, where everyone has unblockable attacks. Unless you use tech champs that start with armor buffs. Way too much of a damn hassle. Then there's the path with Hercules, where you can't parry. But I'll get back to this one. This path with the Jubari Panther is the most tolerable one. But that bastard Korg is the one huge problem, and I mean huge. He basically stops your path progression right there because no one can hit this bastard without taking damage themselves. Using revives to finish that fight ain't worth it. Which brings me back to this path. Now this one isn't the most tolerable at all because you need very specific champs. I don't mean very specific types. You need specific champs that just have a lot of debuffs but also hit a lot. I've used MCU Black Widow and Quicksilver. The enemy has this smorgasbord, and you gotta get that to over 10 so the enemy can take damage. If it's under that, they get all their health back. So MCU Black Widow and Quicksilver, they hit a lot and deal debuffs a lot. And remember, you can't parry in this path. You can't block a whole lot either. But I gotta get my MCU Black Widow and Quicksilver to rank 3. Rank 2 damn well doesn't cut it. Yondu is going to be the biggest problem in this path, and I got a rank 3 Immortal Abomination for him. And Kang. Fuck Kang. These fucking gimmick fights, but it's ridiculous that Kabam keeps doing this when this wasn't the case when the game was new. Let's see, it was Act 1 through 4. They didn't have gimmick fights at all. But the Kabam kept doing it in Act 5 and onwards. And this gimmick seems like the most complicated one yet. What's the shit I gotta do when I get to him? Parry first, Dex, intercept, Dex, interrupt a heavy attack, then Dex. Like, you can't do the same thing twice, you gotta switch between them. Until you get 12 charges, then deal damage, and I'll have to put up with 4 phases. And before anyone mentions it, y'all can save the Hercules mentions. I swear, man, those videos, those people are just lucky. Or they've done so much repetition before being able to do that in one go. And said repetition most likely involved doing an entire path again. Because if you don't have a lot of revives, or a lot of units for revives, you're screwed. You gotta start the whole thing over. So you never have a chance to even attempt to practice. Even 7 stars won't be a big help in this shit. Lastly, I cannot imagine what people go through to 100% this. Not just 7.4.6, but the entire thing. Oh my god, like screw that. Why even have exploration rewards at that point?